Now the surface area of this shape is a little harder to see when it's all the same color, but you have to be thinking, where are all the surfaces? Perhaps it's easier to see if I showed it to you this way. So we have two of the circles. And this piece right here pulls off the sides of this and makes one big, long, skinny rectangle, if you see it. So that's really how this one would look too if I unwrapped it and made it all flat. So in order to find the surface area of this shape, we're going to have to do calculations of area of a circle and area of a rectangle. Well, our circle area is equal to pi r squared. We're going to need that formula, and we're also going to need a formula for area equals length times width. In this case, we're going to need to know what the radius is of this particular circle. So let's see if we can find that out. That would be 5. The diameter would be 5. Going through the center point. See it? 5. So if our diameter is equal to 5, we're going to need to use half of that for our radius figure. So half of that means that the radius would equal 2.5. So area is equal to our pi number, 3.14, times 2.5 squared. Those are the numbers for the area for the two circles. That's only for one circle, though. We have a blue and a yellow circle, so all of this calculation has to be multiplied by 2. I'll do it this way, times 2. All right, so order of operation tells us that we have to do our exponents first. I'm going to copy down what I'm not using so I don't forget it. Times 2. This is going to go straight into my answer. Okay, this is the part we're dealing with right now. So 2.5 times 2.5. We have 2 carry 2, that's 12. And 10 and 5. So we have 5, 2, and 6 with 2 moving the decimal point. 6.25. Okay, next, let's do these two together. That looks like an easier calculation. I'm going to just drop my 3.14, and now I'm going to do these two together. So we did that. 6.25 times 2, that would give me 50 and 12. So this goes to 12.50. Okay, in this case, this is a decimal. We don't actually need to have that 0 on the end. So we can 3.14 times 12.5. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry 2 is 7, and we have 15. 8, 2, and 6. And this is easy by the 1. We're basically just copying the number. 0, 15. Carry 1. Here we have a 9 combination and 10 with my finger, 12. Carry 1, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 3. We have 1, 2, 3 places over, 1, 2, 3, 39.25. I don't need the 0 on the end because it's a decimal. So that last one can come off. Okay, and this would be for the circles, the 2 circles. And that would be inches squared because we're talking about the area. Now we have to figure out our, okay, so our area is equal to our length times our width. And we might be able to measure this here at 1 inch. But how do we know the measure of the length of it? Well, it completely went around the circumference of the shape. Here, I'll show you on this one. See that yellow tab? This was the circumference of the circle. So we can actually figure out the circumference of the circle, and that will give us the length of the band around it. So the circumference was equal to pi d. We knew our diameter was 5. So the circumference is equal to 3.14 times the diameter, which is 5. Circumference is equal to, I might be able to multiply this backwards here, 20, carry the 2, 5 times 1 is 5, 6, 7, and 5 times 3 is 15. I have 2 to place my decimal point. The circumference is 15.7 inches. That's a length calculation, so I don't have to square it. This is where that symbol for multiplication gets a little odd. I'm working with a decimal point, so I'm not going to confuse myself. I'll use the parentheses as my multiplication symbol. So area is equal to 15.7 inches squared. So that would be the rectangle. Now I have to add these two together to find the total surface area of this shape. So we have 15.7 and 39.25. Line up your decimal points when you're adding and subtracting decimals. 5, 9, 9 and 5 is 14, carry 1, and we have 5. So our total surface area for this shape was 54.95 inches squared. That was the surface area. You needed several calculations for it, but that's what surface area is all about. You have to find the area of each of the individual pieces and then add them all together.